What's going on there, guys? We back with another one, and we got Matt Rhule's response to Deion Sanders and Shedeur Sanders. Now, if you don't know what all the controversy was about, Shedeur alleged that Matt Rhule and the Nebraska players came out and stood on the Buffalo prior to the game. That's when Shedeur walked out there, stood in the middle of them, and got ready to start warming up, and that was extra fuel, bulletin board material, if you will, for the team. Well, Matt Rhule is responding to that stuff today, and I got a lot to say. But check this out.
Colorado, some players, they took some offense to you guys going out to the middle of the field before the game on Saturday. Any thoughts from you, or is it something you guys did in Minnesota, something you typically do at the start?
We do it every stadium. We go there, we pray for blessings. When they came in, I asked them if they wanted to, I asked Shedeur if he wanted to pray with us. I pray over every, I'm a public official, but I can have my own faith. And I say pray, we take a moment of team, it's not, we have Muslim guys, we have non-believers, we just take a moment as a team and I want that field to be safe for everybody. At the end of the game, no one's going to tell me who I am. At the end of that game, they told me, hey, we're going to run right off the field, and they're going to storm the field. I said, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't care if I get beaten up by a mob. I'm running across that field, and I'm shaking Coach Sanders' hand. So no, people can say, when you're losing, people are going to say all kinds of things about you. I know exactly who I am. And I'm coaching this team with class, and I'm not changing. And I went over there and I shook that man's hand. I whispered in his ear, and I've never disrespected an opponent a day in my life and never will. So,
if you're not familiar with what he's responding to, this is what Shedeur said. Check it out.
It was extremely personal. We go out there, warm up. You got the head coach for the other team trying to stand in the middle of the buff. It's okay if a couple players do it. It's fine, just enjoy the scenery, but when you got the whole team trying to disrespect it, then I'm not going for that at all. So I went in there and disrupted it. So they knew off rip, the Buffaloes mean a lot to me. And personally, that's what I say in pregame, and that's when I knew it was just extreme disrespect. And that's why it was the coach said a lot of things about my pops, about the program, but now that he want to act nice, I don't respect that, because you hating on another man, you shouldn't do that. So it was just all respect was gone for them in their program. Now I like playing against their DC, I like playing against them, but the respect level it ain't there because you disrespected us first.
So two things can be true, right? I really feel like Matt Rhule is a decent man. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like this event defines him, nor is it that serious. This is just competition. This isn't anything personal. But I do feel like, they intentionally stepped on the buff. Everybody know that's football etiquette one-on-one. I mean, if you do that, then you're going in there for a war. You know how the players are going to perceive that and what they're going to think that is. But I also think Shedeur, saying you lost all respect for their program, I don't know if that is the right choice of words. I know what he meant in the moment, but, you respect every opponent. You respect every program itself. You can lose respect for players or individuals in the program, but the program itself, if it hasn't done anything disrespectful to you as a whole, then you don't say those words. That's what I would say, just me personally. Now, I know some people probably disagree, but that's how I feel. And also, since we on Shedeur, Mel Kiper has moved him up to the number 3 QB in this upcoming draft. So it's looking more and more like Shedeur Sanders may be out after 1 year. Out after 1 year in Boulder, that is. He's a junior now. But it's significant because 2025 QB Bryce Underwood, he was looking at Shedeur and the opportunity to possibly come in and, mentor under him for a year. We always knew Shedeur, the plan was for him to get there, be seen on the big stage, and make it to the league. And it looks like that's going to come true. So they will probably have to grab somebody in 2024. And I don't know if the top quarterback in 2025 will come if the top 2024 quarterback goes there, or a top tier 2024 quarterback and plays well. But, that's a part of the game, right? That's recruiting one-on-one, But yeah, man, Shedeur, they said if he does stay, though, if he does indeed stay another year after this year, he would be talked about like Caleb Williams is this year. Next year, they'll be talking about him going into the season in that same way. And that'll be a lot of pressure to come with it, but you see Caleb Williams and his dad is talking about they may not go this year if they don't feel like the team is ideal for him to go to. And you look at, the line and how your QB will be protected. That's something you look at. I don't know if you turn down the opportunity to go into the NFL at any point, because anything can happen at any time playing, any level of football. So I feel like Caleb Williams and his dad will be making a grave mistake by doing that. They need to go into the NFL right now while they're knocking, because another prospect could emerge and be better than Caleb Williams next year. He could drop on draft boards and end up in a worse situation. That's always a possibility too. Like, the situation may be worse than you can't control what's going on at the next level. I don't like when parents, try to come in and do that. I understand the concern, but you don't miss the opportunity to go collect that money at the highest level, because football isn't a game where you're probably going to play as many years as basketball, most likely. You see all these athletes retiring early now because of these hits. There's more information out there about the long-term effects it has on your body, so you can't just ignore that and come back. But I said all that to say, they said they would be talking about Shedeur Sanders in the same way they're talking about Caleb Williams next year. And that could be enticing for him, get a better line in, depending on what they do this year. A lot is up in the air. You think about this team just a few weeks ago, we were just looking to see how well they would compete. Now, 2 weeks later, if they lose this week, it's a big-time upset. Whereas people were probably looking at it as a winnable game coming into the season, but they didn't really bank on them having to win that game. But now it'll be a letdown if they don't win this game. So things have changed vastly in Boulder, and it kind of parallels with Shedeur's draft stock as it's elevated to another level in just 2 short weeks. And yeah, man, we'll continue to monitor this situation, but I want to let y'all know that. Let me know what you think about that and Matt Rhule's response. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.